Welcome, everybody, to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly Live. This is show number 3, and I'm glad you all joined tonight. I just got back from Spin Up. I was down at Cedar Park, Texas, and I really have to. I'm a little tired, a little jet lag, but I wanted to get back because I have some. I gotta say, Spin Up was an incredible event. It really was. There were, I think over 90 people there. I tried to meet just about every one of them. And I have to say, Kelly and his crew put on a phenomenal event. They really did. It was so well organized. I could see the people that were attending it that they were totally pleased with it. What's great about these meetups? I call them meetups. Kelly calls it a spin up, but you get to meet the different drone pilots throughout the country, and you share your ideas, your experiences, you learn things. And I have to say, Spin Up 2021 was amazing. And I know a lot of people that already know what happened at Spin Up, and that was that I won the grand prize. And if I don't know if everybody in the chat knows what the grand prize was, but it was a Mavic 3 drone. And you hope you're going to win, but you really don't think you're going to win. And I was filming the different prize winners as Kelly was drawing them throughout the day. There were big prizes, little prizes, but at the end of the day, when he was ready to draw the big prize, I was filming him, and when he called my name, I almost fell off the chair. I really did. But and I'm gonna make a video, and it's up on Spin Up, the replay. You guys can watch it. But it was funny, and for me, I was very emotional. But again, I got to give Kelly Shores and Chris Waters and all the staff, that put the Spin Up event together, a big hand. So give them a round of applause. But I'll definitely be back next year, But let me welcome in some people, because it takes a lot to put on a show like this, and it's only successful if people watch and I have a great guest lined up. He's in the back room. I put out some steak and lobster in the back room. He thought he was going to get pizza, but he got steak and lobster. So we're going to give him a couple of minutes to finish eating. But let me welcome in DeMarco. DeMarco was number 1, and Joe Blaylock. Great to see you. And I met both of them at Spin Up, and these guys were two true gentlemen. Fly Right Drones, good to see you. And Gareth, Fly High Ireland, how you doing? Johnny Drone Flyer, good to see you. Thank you for watching, Johnny. I know you're tired. He just drove back from Spin Up today. He just got back to his house a couple hours ago. Carolina Air Shots, Jeff, how you doing? But anyway, we got a great show lined up, and I don't want to keep JBurd, also known as Joe Burdette, and a lot of people don't know his real name, and hopefully he doesn't mind me sharing it. But JBurd Drone, I've known him over almost 2 years now, and I started watching his videos. He's got great videos on his channel, and we became sort of friends online, and he's a great guy. So I'm going to bring him in now, and he'll share. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Ray. Thanks
Welcome
for having me on.
Adventures with Ray Kelly Live.
That lobster and steak in the green room was pretty good. Great job.
Good. I'm glad you liked it. But anyway, hey, Mark Fisher, how you doing? Michael Blade, how you doing? Jose, how you doing? I'm sorry, Joe, but I'll be trying to acknowledge the chat too as we talk. I don't want to you, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I do like to acknowledge the viewers.
Absolutely. Hello, everybody in the chat.
And Joe, you know, we became friends like a year and a half ago, right? If I remember right, you know.
Correct.
And I watch your videos, and I found them very, very informative. You like to do range tests sometimes, and you know, you tell your viewers about the different drones, and you have quite a few, right, in your fleet.
Correct. I just got the Mavic 3 myself. Congratulations.
I know.
Was it the Fly More you got, or is it the standard? Which one did you get?
The standard, the basic. That's what
Kelly nice.
said. I didn't actually get it. They're going to mail it to me. But obviously, I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, you'll love it. It's awesome.
You got it?
Yes, sir. I got the Fly More. I didn't get the Cine edition, but
very, very
eventually I'll get that new smart controller with it.
That's fantastic. Now, were you able to pick it up, or is it on order?
I picked it up at Best Buy.
Oh, really? Do you have it right there?
I did a. I'm not home right now, but I did do a first flight. It's on my on my channel. If you guys want to check it out, so it's really good. That OcuSync 03 Plus has pretty good range and everything. So
good. I'll definitely be watching.
And the flight time is key. I got about 42 minutes on the first flight.
That's fantastic.
But that's with 0 wind and just normal mode. So,
wow, that's amazing. Because I heard you get more minutes on the battery, and you know, I got a chance to fly it at Spin Up. Kelly had his Mavic 3 there, and he let me and quite a few others fly his Mavic 3, and I really liked the way it handled and it flew. You know, I'm not a level pilot by any means. I refer to myself as a wimpy pilot or a conservative pilot, and but I liked it. I liked it a lot, you know, and I think everybody who flew it liked it.
Yeah, it's real quiet too. Those new propellers and the way it's designed, it's more aerodynamic, which gives you more flight time too. So it can handle the winds pretty good.
Exactly.
So
I know. Hey, Mark Fisher, good to see you. And I know Mark ordered it. He might even have it by now. He might have got it today. He was tracking it online, and I think he tracked it to Connecticut, and he's in Rhode Island. You know that, right?
Right.
So I got it today. Let us know in the chat, Mark, if you received it. You know, Mark, he's a professional. You know, he knows how to fly, and his photography is amazing. His editing is amazing. And but back to you, Joe. This is all about you tonight. So listen, tell us how you became involved in drones.
I pretty much just started out with Holy Stone, which is a toy grade drone. And I just, ever since I picked up the controller, I was hooked. You know, from the Jello gimbal, the 10-minute flight time, and then I moved up over time to DJI, and then I never looked back. You know, but I still fly my Femies, my Hubsan drones, and you know, I just love flying and getting different scenery, things you wouldn't see. You know, just walking down your street. I can fly in my backyard and see everything now. And this is the perfect time to fly. All the trees are changing colors. It's really pretty out. So
yeah. And I'll let you share where you're located. Where are you located?
I'm in Ohio, near the Columbus area.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
and you go. I know you go down to that park a lot, and you go down by the water sometimes, right?
Correct. Yeah, I usually try to fly down by the river. They do my range test. And then there's a park near me that has a golf course. So I love flying over the golf course and, checking that out a lot. So,
Yeah, right. And I'm amazed at the way you fly too. I mean, I remember saying,
mhm,
"Whoa, look at him! He's getting out there."
mhm, yeah,
uh, but anyway, one thing that we obviously that Johnny drone flyer, Johnny Alfonso, and myself, we have the Fly for Fun show, and we
right.
haven't got too many situations where people talk about some of the bad experiences they have. We try to keep it positive, but have you had any close calls?
Yeah, my Hubsan Xeno 2, it was returning to home. I was using one of the smart features on it. And about a year ago, it just decided to take off. It was coming down, and then it decided to take off, and it was going about 30 miles per hour. And then it decided just to drop in the sky about 300 feet down. But there was no control. The RC wouldn't respond to the drone or nothing. And
Wow.
so I lost that drone. It smashed. Luckily, I was flying over a field and it was, it could crash safely down. Nobody got hurt or anything. So,
I'm glad to hear that. And you
but
were able to recover it. You found it.
yeah, I found that the GPS still worked on it, but the drone itself, the arms were all cracked. The camera was busted. So that was my first crash, my only crash, really.
Wow.
So I've been lucky so far, but
That's an interesting story. That's for sure. And I didn't mean to put you on the spot. We just to let the viewers know, Joe and I did not prep this show tonight. We're sort
on a
of
wing.
so. But I knew Joe would be a very interesting guest. That's for sure.
Yeah. How
I'm
about you? Any close calls with you?
just that I lost signal and my drone. Obviously my iPad Mini went blank.
Hmm.
Luckily, the drone was still in line of sight, so I could see it, and I was able to bring it back that way. And then I switched to an iPad Mini 5, and that only happened once on the iPad Mini 5, and that was at the Brooklyn meetup that we went to with those guys.
Okay.
Again, I had a blank screen, and again there was some conflict. It was a very very hot day. Some people were blaming it on the heat, and it
Hmm.
affected the iPad Mini 5, and some other people were saying there were too many drones flying at one time, and that
Right.
affected the transmission. And but again, I was watching the drone. I could see the drone, so I was able to bring it back safely and hand catch it. But one, I gotta fess up. When you and I got the mini, the original mini, around the same
Hmm.
time, and I had brought it to. Well, I got it while I was in Florida that year, and I was flying in Jupiter,
Hmm.
and I had it out over the intercoastal waterway by the Jupiter Lighthouse, and that's a little drone, and
Right.
and I'm an old fart. And hey, by the way, Bob Dempsey, the king of the old farts, is in the chat. How you
No, hey, buddy.
doing? And hey, Barry, how you doing? Good to see you. But back to the story, and I'll make it quick, Joe. I
Okay.
lost sight of the drone. I couldn't see the drone. And I'm trying to look at the screen, and I'm a little disoriented, and I'm nervous. It's the first time this happened to me, but I hit that return to home. That mini came right home, but it came home. But again, I was on the water, and as it was landing, it was on the other side of the railing. So it would have landed in the water if I didn't
Hmm.
establish control of it, cancel return to home, and then
Yeah.
land it manually. So I didn't lose a drone, but that was sort of the scariest moment of my flying. Well,
Yeah.
another one, but But we'll get on to that maybe later in the show or at another time.
Yeah.
So Joe, I guess the Mavic 3 is your favorite drone right now.
Oh yeah, until the next new one comes out, the Air 3S or whatever, the next one. I'm looking forward to the Mini 3. I was hoping that would be out this year, but there's still open discussion for that, maybe in the winter time or somewhere.
Yeah, that was a hot and heavy rumor there for a while. And
Hmm.
then all of a sudden it died down and then it's not coming out. But everybody was pleased that the Mavic 3 came out, There were
Right.
a lot of people were waiting for that for years now, right?
Yeah, that 2018 was the last, pro consumer drone, the Mini 3. And then they had that, I think there was a Mavic 2 Pro Enterprise that was out about 6 months ago. I think it came out, had dual cameras on it.
Right,
I,
right.
I didn't get that one, but yeah, it's great that they finally, increased that flight time and the way it's aerodynamic now, it can really fly through the wind pretty well. So
Yeah, yeah,
I
exactly.
just wish the smart controller came with the Fly more instead of that old. It's the same controller as the Air 2S and the Mini 2 and the Mavic Air 2. But
Right, right. Um, Let me just say hello to Eddie Nunez. How you doing, Eddie? Good to see you, and thank you for the congrats. You know, Ken, place it here. Good to see you. I got to meet Ken down in Texas. And it was good to see Ken again. Um, Him and I fly in Florida when I'm down there.
yeah,
Hey, Maddie, how you doing, Maddie? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in or popping in. We'll say thank you for popping in, like Adrian.
yeah.
But back to you, Joe. So listen, what is your favorite type of flying? I mean, do you like doing range tests, or do you just like taking photos or making videos? What do you like?
It used to be range, but now I just like taking photos. I'll fly around like this time of the year. I take photos of the different trees and the different fall foliage, and um, I don't know. It's just all around, just more about aerial photography now more than anything. So
Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, I know. I saw some of your fall foliage flights, and it's pretty
yeah,
down where you fly. Um, it really is. But the oh, we got hey, Airworthy Tours. How you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. Um, and if anybody has any questions for myself or Joe, please put them in the chat. I'll try to keep a an eye on it, and we'll answer them best we can. Joe and I are not experts. I don't think we try to be experts. This,
no, I'm not.
yeah. And by the way, did you watch any of the Mavic 3 videos that people
Yeah,
produced?
I saw Billy Kyle. He released his video the night of the premiere. I
Yeah.
watched his, and then Flypath had his video out,
Speaking of Five Pat, I got to
and
meet
he
him.
was there too.
I
So
got to
yeah,
meet Aldrin at Spin
yeah.
Up, and he is such a nice guy and very knowledgeable.
Hmm.
And like you said, they both put out great videos on the Mavic 3. Uh,
Hmm.
so I'm going to watch yours right after we finish this show tonight. And I'll be making my comments, and I try to keep them all positive. That's how I do it. Um, there's enough negativity in this world.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
will suggest though, if you we're speaking of the photography on the drone, try shooting in D-Log. You get some of the
Oh,
best footage using D-Log, and then if you use the ND filters, those really help out too, especially on the bright days.
yeah, yeah. No.
So I'm just playing around with that now, trying to perfect, a lot of the video footage that I take. So
So you like using the filters? What
I'm starting to now,
do you
but
have?
the main thing is that D-Log. because you get some of the nice, even at night flying, it looks a lot better.
I'll be the first to admit I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
People talk about it, and this it's going to be interesting, the Mavic 3, because it's a totally different thing, right? There's adjustable apertures and all of that, and I got a lot to learn, to be honest with you. Did you have any difficulty with it?
No problems really. I'm watching a lot of the videos now on, these, like Billy Kyle, he has some of the best, aerial footage. So I'm trying to learn off of how he, gets the perfect shots. So.
Right. Hey, Art. How you doing, Arco? I met Art at Spin Up. It was good to see him again. Last time I saw him
Nice.
at the South Florida Drone Meetup.
And Chris Hope, he was there too, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was honored to meet Chris.
Yeah.
And, he is such a nice guy. He's a gentleman, and I love the way he flies. His sunrise flights, and his 2 minutes of hope. Right? He does quality videos there. And I'm trying to see if there's any questions. Not yet. Oh, all right. D-Log is for video. Okay. Thanks,
right.
Mark. Yep. Okay. There you go. I'll try to put up some comments. I didn't realize what Johnny goes through, when he's running this show, the Fly for show, that is, because he's trying to read the comments. He's trying to post some of the interesting comments. And
yeah, I'm trying to read this on my phone, the chat. So I'm sorry to everybody that's chatting in the chat. Hello, and I'll try to go back and answer questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're correct. D-Log is just for I use it just for video right now. So
now I see a comment here. Is this typed right? That you're going to be giving away a Mavic 3? Is that
no, I don't think that's mine. I think that's somebody spamming on there.
Oh, that's not yours. Are you
No,
serious?
that's not me. Yeah, that's a fake.
Oh, good to know.
Fake news.
It's got your logo and everything. Interesting.
Yeah, that's a faker. You might want to remove that one.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Hey, Art. I see he's on there.
Yeah, Art. He's such a nice guy too.
Yeah.
Mike Slade.
Steve Max in the house.
You know what was interesting too about Spin Up, Joe, is the FPV guys were there and the GPS guys were there, and everybody got along. And we took turns flying. There was some interference along the way.
Right.
Some drones did fall out of the sky. No major damage or nothing like that. But then we separated the areas, and GPS went over by the soccer fields, and it was a little better, no incidents. But it's nice to see everybody flying together, or getting together, not so much flying together, but getting together and getting along. Because it's not a GPS thing against FPV. It's all about drone flying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's about getting together, having a good time, and especially after COVID, everybody's been in the house, and it's good to get out now and
exactly
fly. So.
Hey, Gary, how you doing? And Ed, love my drones. Good to see you. Thank you for popping in. And Drone Truth, how you doing?
Oh, hey, Ed, how you doing?
Well, Drone Truth, let's see now. Let's see here. It's simple. We'll just block you. That's all.
And another fake news.
But anyway, Joe, besides the Mavic 3, what is your favorite drone?
I'd probably say the Air 2S, and then my ultimate favorite travel drone would be the Mini 2.
Just happen to have the Air 2S right here.
Yeah, so that's a good drone.
And you were talking about the ND filters. I got an ND16 right here on it,
Okay, that's a good one.
and it does make a difference, no doubt about it. You know,
Hmm.
but I love this drone. Um, Now, do you fly at night at all?
I'm starting to learn better now that I've played around with the settings because before I couldn't see anything. You'd see street lights and that was pretty much it. But now that I've, played around with the camera settings, I fly more at night.
Now, do you put a
You got
strobe
one of those lights on there?
on?
No, I don't have one of those. Those are neat.
Yeah. This is a Ulanzi strobe, and I'll have to say, this idea was given to me by Adrian Mateo Drones. He
Yeah.
showed us on his stream, and I asked him where he got it. And he put up the link for me, and I went out and ordered one. I had one for my Mini, a different Ulanzi strobe, but
Hmm.
a pretty cool one, and it does obviously help you see the drone.
Yeah, and you get pretty good visibility as far as distance on those.
Yeah, it's just brighter up there. You could see it, and
Yeah.
that's the thing with the Air 2S, is if you put the landing light on,
Hmm.
it allows you to see the drone. But then again, it draws on the battery. You
Right.
know what I mean? But you see the drone a lot easier if the landing light is on.
Hmm.
But hey, TJ, good to see you. TJ, thank you for coming in. Um, but I'm trying to. Do you do any? I had some notes written down here. Do you do any meetups in the Ohio area?
Um, Not really. No. There was one guy that he had a channel. I can't remember the name of it, but he wasn't too far from me. He flew at similar locations, but
Hmm.
trying to think of his name, Koozie or something like that. His channel.
Right.
So.
Well, I end up obviously, starting the South Florida drone meetup last year, and it
Hmm.
was pretty successful. We had a lot
Yeah.
of people come to Florida, and we decided we'll hold another one, and we're going to have that. It's scrolling along the bottom there. We're going to have it on April 2nd, 2022, and this year we're going to have it in Jensen Beach.
Oh, okay.
So I hope you can make it. This is your live
Yes,
personal
I will.
invitation
I will try for sure.
to come down and join us.
Maybe stop at Disney World too while I'm down in Florida.
Right, your daughter would love that,
Yeah,
and so
50th
would
anniversary.
yeah. Um, but it's funny because, like I say, you meet the different pilots and people, and I mean, I laughed a lot this past weekend. I really did,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
And I posted some photos on Facebook, about the meetup and different people. Obviously, you can't, post everybody, um, but I'll be posting more with other people in it in the next few days too. Um, I had such a good time, really, Joe. And I hope to fly with you one day, one way or the other, whether it's at the
Yeah.
Florida meetup or you come
Or
to
even in New York or somewhere.
Dubai, or down to Florida, or I get out to Ohio.
Hmm.
But I really look forward to flying with you someday.
Yeah, that would be nice. Uh,
Yeah.
Fly our Mavic 3s together.
Well, yeah. You could teach me a few things.
Yeah.
you
Get some
know.
range on it.
Well, I tell you, this is, Mark Fisher's in the chat,
Hmm.
and he's another one that pulled together a meetup. He had come to the South Florida drone meetup last year. That's where I met him, and he said, Captain Ray, I want you to come to Rhode Island and do one of
Hmm.
these up in Rhode Island. And I told him, Mark, you could do it yourself. And I'm telling you, I know right now it'll be totally successful.
Yeah.
And he did. he picked a date and he recruited Michael Blade and a few others to help him, and the drone pilots came. It was a totally successful event. So I got to say, hats off to Mark Fisher and the Rhode Island Drone Meetup group. And I hope
Awesome.
he has another one next year, because I will definitely be there. He has that. Well, last year he had it in August, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Mark. Yeah. Um, yeah. There we go. I'm
But
gonna
make sure you leave there a pro.
Mark and I have been talking, and I do plan on getting up to his area. We'll call it his area. We'll call
Mm.
New England his area. We're not just going to limit it to Rhode Island. But I want to go film in Massachusetts. It's right over the Rhode Island border. Actually, there's an area called Battleship Cove up there, where they have obviously battleships at the
Mm-hmm.
dock, and I'm going to get up there and film those battleships. And Mark said, "Let me know when you're coming, and hopefully I'll join you." And then we got Barry. Barry, I think he stepped out for dinner. He's not in the chat no more. But Barry said he might come. So we might be having another mini meetup in the next couple of weeks up in Massachusetts at Battleship Cove.
That'll be nice for your first flight with the Mavic 3.
Yeah,
Taking it out there.
and again, Mark, I appreciate you taking me under your wing and helping me out.
Yeah.
And Mark says he went to fly in Ohio.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice places to fly in Ohio. So
Yeah,
this time of the year is the best time, I think, to fly. Just to
the
see
fall,
everything.
the fall
Yeah.
foliage.
Yeah, even in the winter time, I like flying in the snow just to get all that, because we
No,
get a lot of snow here.
oh my God, I couldn't imagine flying in the snow. You know, um, you didn't have any issues when you were flying in the snow?
Well, not necessarily when it's snowing, but to get the footage after the snow. So it's nice to see all that, especially along the river. It's real pretty. The trees are all filled with snow, and there's
Okay,
kind of like a sheet of ice, which is real neat to see. So,
I can imagine. Sure, sure. I know. I'd be too nervous. I'd definitely be too nervous.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm trying. I have a tendency to move around in my chair, and I got to try to break that habit. But what happens is I have a bad back and bad hips.
mm,
Not to make
yeah.
excuses, so I try to get comfortable in this chair here.
Yeah.
And I know it's probably distracting to the viewers, so I apologize. But what else? What do you think is going to be, I guess, the next best thing in the drone community? What do you think about this remote idea?
Well, I think Autel, they're coming out with the Nano. I think that'll be a nice drone to purchase. That Evo 2 turned out to be a pretty good drone. I never got an Evo, but the Nano series, I might look into that.
Okay, we got a question from DeMarco. Okay, 22 minutes on his Mavic 3, and battery was at 94. He may need to send the back. Yep, it could be. You're right, DeMarco.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Could be, because I mean, JBurd Joe. What do you prefer? You prefer JBurd or you prefer Joe?
You can call me Joe. I don't care.
Yeah,
That
but you
works.
got 42 minutes. You said, right?
Yeah, well, that wasn't the entire video. I try to cut them down because I used to post the long videos, and
Yeah,
now I just do bits and pieces of them. But I
but
don't
I
know. I feel like the battery's been okay so far.
but I
Only
know
flown it a handful of times.
Robbie from the World Drone community. He also bought the Mavic 3, and he had his debut flight yesterday or the day before,
Who
and
was this?
he got good battery time out of it. I think it was 40 minutes or thereabouts.
Who
Yep.
was this?
Robbie Gray from the World Drone Community.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, one way to try it out is do a hover test too, because believe it or not, those hover tests, use more battery because they're just sitting there trying to fight. Where if you got the wind moving the drone, uses less power. So I think Aldrin actually did a hover test on the
Oh,
Mavic 3 compared to the, I think he did it with the Evo 2, and it
yeah.
actually beat out the Evo 2. Like there was a 6-minute difference.
Is that right? I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
on FlyPath. So
Okay.
check
Well,
him out too.
Aldrin knows what he's doing. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's real professional.
I love his videos. I really do, and his presentation is great. He did one of the most interesting lectures at Spin Up. Um, I learned a lot listening to it and about his
Hmm.
career with drones. He's got a very interesting career, and I'd highly recommend the viewers, go check out his channel. And speaking of channels, don't forget to support everybody. Check out, make sure you subscribe to each other because sometimes you
Hmm.
get unsubscribed somehow. And don't forget to check JBurd Drone. And if you're not subscribed to him, make sure you subscribe. Um,
Yes, thank you all. Appreciate
um,
it.
and it's what's it if we don't you squirm? What do you say? I know I squirm like a worm. um, but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna just to let you know, Joe, and the viewers, I am gonna do giveaways. I didn't say that as a tease, a couple of shows ago. I just haven't figured out how I'm gonna do it. You
Yeah.
know, be a spontaneous thing where you hate to just pick the numbers. You know what I mean, Joe?
Hmm.
And put the numbers in the chat, even though that's easy. That's an easy way
Yeah.
to do it. And you never know. We got 20 minutes left. I may do a giveaway. I guess
Can
I'm gonna.
draw from a hat, maybe. Put everybody's name in a hat, and
Well, we do that. We do that on the Fly
I've
for
done
Fun.
that before.
Yeah. On the Fly for Fun show, we do the part 107 questions.
Hmm.
And people who get the first correct answer, their name goes in the hat for that month, and then we give out our little giveaway at the end of the month, picking out of the hat.
Yeah.
you know, but I will figure something out, and I don't know if
There is a I forget what it is, like a generator some people use where you can put everybody's comments in there and it randomly picks. I forget what they call it,
yeah.
but
Actually, I'm sorry, I made a mistake because the last giveaway for an Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly hat was done by the spinning of the wheel.
yeah, that thing.
And look at Brand Ariel. He put down A. Yeah, okay. I haven't
Hey,
figured. We'll do letters, Gary.
yeah,
And now with Ken, he's got number
1
one.
through 50.
You know, but so anyway, I'm looking forward to a couple more weeks here in New York.
Hmm.
I go down to Florida on November 21st.
Okay.
I look forward to getting down there and flying because the weather is, most of the time nice to fly, and I love flying down there. Do you go
Right.
to Florida at all?
Not last year. Pre-COVID, I used to go every year. Just to visit some family. My grandparents used to live in Fort Lauderdale, so I used to go down there twice a year. For 2 weeks. So
Yeah,
that was nice when they had the condo right down by A1A
that's where Maddie is. Maddie's from Fort Lauderdale,
near the
and
Galleria.
he
So,
invited me down, and we were going to go fly at Fort Lauderdale Beach, but it
hmm.
was if I remember right, it was a Saturday or a Sunday, and we got a late start, and the beach started becoming very crowded, so we couldn't
Hmm.
fly there. Over the people, obviously. So we changed locations, and we drove to I don't know, the Intercoastal Waterway, right by Pier 66, and I forget
Hmm.
the exact location, but it was a great place to fly. We had to get Lance clearance, because the airport is pretty close. But
Right.
Maddie took me to that secret spot. We like to call them secret spots, and then we show them on the video. And
Yeah,
everybody,
that's near Hollywood International
yes, yeah, we were pretty
Airport.
close. Yeah, we were pretty
Okay.
close. But
Yeah, I recognized the first spot. It was near the it's called Beach Place, and there's elbow room along the beach there.
well,
So that does get crowded down there, I know.
yeah, yeah. And another thing on my list, I have I have a drone bucket list, let's say, and I want to film some cruise ships. I like
Yeah.
boats, and I would love to film a cruise ship, leaving, going out to sea one day. Um, and I filmed one in Palm Beach at the dock.
Hmm.
It was tied up at the dock, but that was my first or second flight with the Mavic Mini. And another secret location I have down there is Peanut Island. That's a great location to fly,
Mm.
and that's in Palm Beach. So if you ever get down there, be sure you look me up.
Okay,
You know,
for
uh,
sure, definitely.
and I hope to get out to see you maybe one day in Ohio.
Yeah,
Really. And
yeah. Just let me know.
Mark is glad I'm bringing him to Florida with me. So, um, and I fly with TJ down to Florida too.
Mm.
And I met Young Timer. He's in the chat. I met him when I was flying drones out at Lake Okeechobee,
Oh,
and
okay.
he's from Ohio. And he's such a nice guy. I don't know. Did you? I wonder if he ever got a drone. Let's see. He's going to come
This
down in
is who
January.
you speaking of? Young timer or
How you doing, Wendell? All right. You get
oh,
down,
okay.
you give me a buzz. And so now, how old is your daughter, Joe?
She just turned 5.
Okay, does she like flying drones yet?
I got her flying a little toy grade. It's like a Holy Stone. It's a little drone around the house. She wants
Okay.
to take it out in the backyard, but I think another year or two, and then she'll be okay to fly outside.
Oh well, that's great. That's
But
great.
I want to give her my Mavic Mini because I fly the Mini 2 more than that Mavic Mini. So it's just sitting around collecting dust. I'd rather let her fly that once she gets a little more familiar and a little bit older.
Yeah, but that's great that you got her flying drones. That
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she usually goes with me, when we go to the park or something. She'll go and watch me fly, and I let her hold the controller, just to watch it on the phone and stuff. So,
Yeah, that's great. That's great. One of the things that happened at this spin up was that Maddie, I think he's still in the chat, but maybe he ended up giving a drone. It was a Mini 2, if I remember right, to Doc
mm.
Murdoch's granddaughter because she flies drones.
Oh,
And
nice.
I was watching her face when he was giving her the drone, and you could see the excitement in her eyes, really.
Hmm.
And that's a big focus I have now is try to get children or kids involved in drones.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to, get them doing something fun, get a hobby going. It's better than other stuff, staying at home. A lot of kids, playing on tablets or inside the house all the time. So getting outside, flying is a good way to, have fun.
Exactly. One thing that I did, and I haven't been taken up on it yet, is I reached out to a neighbor of mine who's a local teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and I offered him for me to go to the class and talk about drones and maybe demonstrate how they fly and even let the kids try the drone if they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But what he ended up telling me is the school district needs a little more time to approve this, and you'll be going to Florida. So I might be doing that when I get back in the springtime,
Oh, okay. That'll be fun.
you know?
Yeah.
And hey, John Bonifant, how you doing? And Billy, how you doing? Good to see you. Drone Guy, Rhode Island. John Olson, always good to see you. And I hope to fly with John Olson in the next week or so. He's right here.
Is he in New York?
Yeah, he lives about 20 minutes from me. We've
Mm.
flew together in the springtime, and I hope to get together with him again before I go back to Florida.
It's
He's
amazing how you find people that live so close to you and they have the same, they fly, and it's cool to meet people like that. So
It's true, When, well, again, like I say, you just never know who you're going to meet, and I just want to let the viewers know that I met a couple of police officers at Spin Up,
mm-hmm.
and one of them is a sergeant in the drone unit on the Baytown, Texas Police Department. But again, I didn't know him. I didn't know him at all until Spin Up.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, he heard that I was a retired detective, and you hit it off, and there's a bond there. So
Yeah.
I invited him to be on the show as a guest, and he accepted. So we're going to have him on, and he's going to be talking about the drones that the police department down in Baytown, Texas, use. And
Yeah, I imagine they probably have the Mavic 2s and the Inspires and all
Enterprise.
the higher end.
He's got the Enterprise drones, but
Yeah.
one thing that I found very, very interesting is he was hoping to get Mini twos in every police car. Every police
Oh, that'd be.
may someday have a Mini 2 in it.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
That'll be good for, trying to find people that are, like on foot or, suspects in the neighborhood they're looking for.
Yeah,
Plus, it's
exactly.
a small drone too. It's easy you can put it in your shirt pocket or whatever. And that Mini too, I'll tell you, compared to the Mavic Mini, those motors can handle the wind like just as good as the Mavic Air 2, I think.
I've seen it. I seen Bill Ronan just came in the chat, and
Mm-hmm.
last year at the South Florida Drone Meetup, it was a windy day. A lot of people were afraid to fly. It was including myself. It was a little windy, and Bill put up his Mini 2, and I was amazed at how that drone was so steady in the wind.
Oh yeah, night and day better.
And again, it was on the Intercoastal Waterway, the
Mm-hmm.
location last year, and Bill sent it out over the water, the Intercoastal, and I'm saying to myself, this guy is nuts. He's going to lose his drone.
Yeah, it's not coming back.
But he controlled it, and I was just totally amazed. And we got videos on that. If anyone who hasn't seen it wants to check them out, but Bill was amazing. So kudos to you, Bill.
I'd tell you that having that OcuSync 0 or 2.0 and that Mini 2 compared to the Wi-Fi on the Mavic Mini, the range is even better. And the Mini SE actually uses the new Mini SE, the 299. That actually uses the same motors as the Mini 2, but it has the same controller as the Mavic Mini. But if you buy the SC, you can upgrade to the Mini 2 because it uses the same batteries.
Right.
So they kind of worked the marketing well on that one, to get you introduced to the SE. And it's like, oh, well, the Mini 2 I can do a little bit more with and have the 4K on the camera. So,
Yeah.
but that 2.7K shoots pretty good footage on that Mavic Mini.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with it, but it's I recommend the Mini 2 to anybody who talks to me about maybe buying a drone.
Absolutely.
And then I say, if you really can't afford that one, then go with the Mini SC. That's only $299, and it's
Much
a great
better than you buy those FEMI Minis and those Hubsan drones. You might as well for $299. It's the best deal, and you're getting something reliable. You don't have to worry about, well, it's going to come back home or it's going to take off on me like mine did. Those days are over for me. I won't go back to those drones.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Greg Pittman, how you doing? Thank you for coming in the chat. Good to see you. Nice meeting you, sir, down in Spin Up.
Nice to hear. Has your hat on.
And say that again.
Place it here in the chat. He's wearing your Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly hat.
He's just trying to make me feel good. He switches it to whoever he talks to. If he's talking to me, he has my hat on. He talks to Johnny, he has Johnny's hat on.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad to hear that, Ken. Thank you.
And I still wear your hat a lot of places too. On the weekends, I wear it a lot.
Right, if I remember right, you got this one.
Yes, sir. And I got the shirt too.
Thank you for supporting America's Finest Foundation. It means
absolutely
a lot. But Greg Pittman, just to talk, that's what we could do. We could talk about a few guys in the chat now.
Mm-hmm.
But Greg Pittman is such a gentleman. I mean, really.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know Greg.
Yes, I do.
Kansas City, if I remember right. Kansas City. And he's just a true gentleman. And it was such a pleasure meeting him. Yep. But I hope one of these days you can get to one of these meetups, or we'll have a private meetup, Joe. I really mean that.
Yeah, I'm going to try April 2nd, 2022 to meet you all out there and bring a couple of my drones.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Just let me know when it's a definite, and I'll add you to the list. Let me get it over here, because I love showing the way I keep the list. I'm not computerized yet here.
Hey, that's the old school way. It works.
Look at this.
It's pretty good.
28 names, and I still have a couple more to add. I didn't add them since I got back from Spin Up. There's 2 more names I got to add. So we're up to 30 names that say they're coming. So,
yeah. And what was the total last year at this time?
Well, we had 40 when we, set it up, but
okay, that's pretty good.
Showing up that way, and we went over 50. I know that.
Yeah, and you'll beat 50 this year or for next spring for sure. I know you will.
Yeah,
because of the success that you guys had this year. So.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where I put in an order for good weather, calm winds, and I just hope it all works out. But either way, we'll have a good time,
Absolutely.
And I know John Bonifant, he's in the chat, and he's talking about coming, and Mark Fisher, he was the hero of the South Florida drone meetup. You know what happened, right, with Mark?
Yeah, the drone went into the water. Whose drone was that?
Exactly. He was somebody we didn't know. He ended up, showing up that day, and he had the DJI FPV drone.
Okay.
He was flying it with that motion controller.
Yeah, the nunchuck.
And he ended up losing it. But everybody was watching him fly it at the time, so there had to be 30 eyes on exactly where it went in the intercoastal waterway.
Yeah.
And it was only around 35 feet from the shore.
Mm-hmm.
it's very shallow there. But again, people who don't know, they don't know it's shallow water. And I had told the guy, I says, you could probably walk there.
Yeah.
I ain't going in there. He said, but
Uh,
within seconds, to be honest with you, within seconds, Mark was stripping down and he says, I'll go try to find it. And he did. He went in there and I'm filming him, and a lot of people were filming him.
mhm.
And, uh, everybody's pointing. There it is. Yeah, right there, right there.
Yeah.
And, he Mark's a bit of an actor, because he's an
Mhm.
entertainer too.
Right.
And he made like he didn't have it, and then all of a sudden he raises it out of the water.
Yeah.
And kudos to you,
That's
Mark.
awesome that you recovered it. So,
Yeah.
did the drone fly well after that, or
We don't
did you
know.
ever?
Haven't heard from the guy,
Yeah.
get a name and an address. Um, he didn't like not that we had a pre-registration, but he wasn't even on my list. So I don't really know. And I don't see him in the chats or anything like that. But
Yeah.
Mark had over 70 attendees at the Rhode Island Drone Meetup, and he's shooting for 150 next year. And
Yeah, that's pretty good.
you'll
Yeah.
probably get him, Mark. No doubt in my mind. Hey, Dr. Drone, how you doing? Okay, he wants to know how you like your Mavic 3, Joe. You
I
know,
love it. It's the best one yet.
yeah,
And but I still look forward to. I think that Mini 3 might be out in February or March. I'm hoping. I
yeah,
really like that Mini too. That's my travel drone. I take that,
yeah,
whenever I travel. So
exactly. Yeah, I was going to definitely buy that Mini 3 too. But Joe, I know you're busy, you're traveling, and we do try to keep the show at an hour because the World Drone Community comes on at 7 with Robbie
yep,
Gray and Al Duran, and I don't want to go into their time, but
yeah.
I'll figure
Well,
out a giveaway. Don't worry, guys. We'll have a giveaway by the end of the month. I promise. But Joe, thank you very much, and everybody in the
hey,
chat, please go check out JBurd Drone. And get to know Joe, and you'll see he's an amazing drone pilot. Joe, do you have any closing comments or anything?
well, I just want to thank you for having me on. It's an honor to be on here, and you know, you're a great friend, and I appreciate your advice. I like your videos. I always try to watch all your videos, and just to remind people, smash the notifications bell. Ray puts out good content too, and subscribe to his channel also. So
Well, thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. But listen, everybody in the chat, thank you for coming in tonight. I really appreciate it, and
mhm.
support everybody. There's a loaded live streams on, and we really work hard to make interesting live streams. So support them, and get a copy of the live stream guide from Johnny Drone Flyer. He'll be more than happy to email it to you. So until next week, Joe, fly safe, and I'll see you. And we'll be in touch. And everybody in the chat, get out there, fly for fun, and fly safe. And we'll see you.
Sounds good. Good night, everybody.
Okay. Good night.
Good night, Ray.
All right, Joe.